Jamming out to the Venom music, jamming out to the Venom music. Hey, everybody, VP here. It's time for another Prime to Snap, the 1 hour live stream in which we play the game Marvel Snap. This is a free-to-play game you can get yourself from Steam, from online. You can play it on your mobile device. They're all excellent places to play if you like. And yeah, man, we are playing some Marvel Snap. We're gonna try to get our win record up a little bit there. Last live stream last week didn't go so well. We were hoping to you know, get away with the season. The last season we were hoping to go out with a bang, and instead we kind of went out with like a little fizzle. So maybe, just maybe, at the beginning of this season, with this live stream, maybe we can get started on that bang that we missed out on last week. That's the plan anyways, guys. So what have you guys been up to? I am, of course, Venomous Prime here, otherwise known as VP. And we're going to be trying out another deck that I put together featuring the latest card from Marvel Snap, the Season Pass card for October. Let's get it here on the screen for you guys so you can see it. I'll just bring up the season card here. This is the variant art of it that you can get if you you know, get far, if you unlock the Season Pass and get far advance far enough along the Season Pass, you can get this art variant for it. But this is Agent Venom. He is a 2/4. On reveal, set the power of all cards in your deck to 4. Neat little card, man. Neat little card. And I gotta preface this by saying I'm not a big Venom fan, and this whole October season seems to be themed around Venom. And there's not a lot of cards I'm really excited for this season, from what I've seen. There is a new game mode coming out. Going to be a little, like a brief game mode, kind of like Deadpool's Diner, a new kind of game mode that I'm looking forward to. I think it's called High Voltage or something, where it's like a shorter Snap, basically. So you think Snap games are too long? We'll wait for the next, the new game mode that they're going to bring out this season, which cuts it down to 3 turns, I believe it is, instead of 6 turns. And there's a couple other rules in there as well that I won't go over here right now. You can probably check it out yourself if you look it up. But here we are, guys. Agent Venom is the Season Pass card, the 2/4 on reveal. Set the power of all cards in your deck to 4. So what did we do? What did we do around Agent Venom? Probably what a lot of people have done. I don't know that this deck is very original in any sense. It's original to me because I didn't look at any other deck lists when I made this. I just kind of went from my my own just piecing together the deck as I did, and then, you know, trying it out and making little changes when I felt it needed it. And this is what I have boiled it down to. It is the AV and the Caged Valk. I mentioned in my last live stream that I discovered this new combo that I hadn't really discovered before, and that is Luke Cage and Valkyrie. So Luke Cage is a 3/3 ongoing. Your cards can't have their power reduced. Now, the reason Luke Cage came onto my radar, I mean, he's been around for a while, so he's been in a bunch of different decks. But the reason he came into my radar, whoops, I just took him out of my deck. Sorry, Luke, get back in here, man. We need you. We need you, man. Let me find him back here in my card list here. There we go. Throw him back in the deck. But yeah, he came onto my radar because he showed up with Hela being so popular lately. Because Hela, of course, will resurrect all your discarded cards. So, of course, everybody, and I'm sure you, if you played Marvel Snap, you've run into these same decks. Everybody's playing, a lot of people playing Hela decks right now because it's just so easy to just sit there and farm cubes. So they say. I haven't tried the deck personally myself. I'm sure I would fail at it, but a lot of people are having success with it. And a lot of people hate it because they feel it's brainless. But hey, I'm not here to judge, man. We're not doing Hela anyways, but that showed me that Luke Cage you know, will not, if you have your cards in play, they can't be reduced in power. So the reason that was being played with Hela is because Hela just puts a -2 penalty on the cards that she brings back. I don't know, they keep adding penalties. Let me double check that to make sure it's it's accurate now, because they keep trying to nerf Hela, and they're doing it by adding less. Yeah, now it's a -3 power. So see, Hela 6/7 on reveal, resurrect all cards you discarded to random locations with -3 power. So of course, people would play Hela and Luke Cage, and then they wouldn't have to worry about their cards that they're resurrecting getting reduced in power. Well, then I saw Valkyrie being played by someone. Also a card that gets played quite a bit. Not, I don't know. There's probably specific decks that she really shows up in. I know there is. I just can't think of them at the moment. But she is a 5/3, and on reveal, set all cards here to 3 power. So I don't even remember how I stumbled upon this particular combo, but I'm like, well, if I put Luke Cage and Valkyrie together, Valkyrie can be my surprise to change all the power of my opponent's cards to 3, and if I have higher power cards there, that's not going to affect me if I have Luke Cage down. So that's what got the engines rolling. So I started cooking around with the Luke Cage Valkyrie combo, and then they released Agent Venom, and it just so happens 2/4 Agent Venom on reveal, set the power of all cards in your deck to 4. That Luke Cage is a 2/3 power, and Valkyrie is a 5/3 power. So of course they benefit from Agent Venom, because they suddenly become 4 power when I play Agent Venom, provided they are in my deck. Now, if they're not in my deck, and that's for all the cards Agent Venom touches, they have to be in your deck. If they're not in your deck, they don't get, you know, changed. Their power doesn't get to that 4 power range that he changes it to. That's why we have Bast here, a 1/1. On reveal, set the power of all cards in your hands to 3. And Bast hasn't seen a lot of play up until this point, but I tell you what, Agent Venom come out, and Bast started showing up with Agent Venom, and they're like peanut butter and jelly, man. They are like peanut butter and jelly. They're just so good together, because you can now buff your hand, the cards in your hand, and you can buff the cards in your deck, which is great. So then that naturally led me to the next step of only including cards that are 3 power or less in this deck, which I gotta tell you guys, it's kind of a relief, because I got a lot of lower power cards, lower energy cards for that matter, I should say. Not so much the lower power, but the lower energy cards. So I have a lot of options to play during the game, because I have such low cost cards, and it's been working out pretty good for me here. We got the Valkyrie. Let me show you the stats here too from the last 7 days, courtesy of the Untapped.gg deck tracker. Let's bring it up right here. There it is, AV in the Caged Walk. We are 36 net cubes with this deck, a 64.7% win rate. And for my sample size, I've played 11 games, have had 11 wins and 6 losses. So not too shabby, man. 64.7% win rate. You gotta love that, man. So that naturally that means when I start playing it today on this live stream that we'll probably lose, and we'll tank that to the ground. But there was another deck that I was gonna try to use as well, and I was gonna switch it to that one because it has an even better win rate. Same amount of games played, so that's kind of cool. But I remembered last stream I did that, and it didn't work out so well for us. I switched at the last moment, and it didn't work out so well for us. We went to what, 2 wins and what, 5 losses, I think it was last stream. So I'm like, I'm not going to repeat that step. I am going to go with the deck that I first chose for this, and that is what this one is, the AV and the Caged Valk deck. All right, so let's look into the deck a little bit more. I pretty much explained it to you guys already. It's the Ant-Man. We got Ant-Man starting us out here, just nice solid power card. 1/1 ongoing if your side of this location is full +4 power. So, hey, if we start him at 3 power or 4 power, suddenly this is a 7 or 8 power card for 1 cost. A 1/8, guys. That's not bad. That's not too shabby. I already explained the Bast here, or the Bast, I should say. And the nice thing is, if Agent Venom comes out before Bast, then Agent Venom becomes a 1, or Bast becomes a 1/4, and then can buff any cards that your Agent Venom missed that might have been in your hand when Agent Venom came down. So, great synergy there, man. Great synergy. We also got Hawkeye here, another 1-cost card. 1 cost, 1 power. On reveal, if you play a card at this location next turn, plus 3 power. So again, same thing, man. If he starts out as a 3 or a 4, and you give him plus 3 power just for playing another card at his location, he's going to be pretty big for just 1 cost. And then we got Goose in the deck here. It's a 2/2. Again, power's going to benefit from Agent Venom or Bast. And ongoing, nobody can play cards that cost 4, 5, or 6 here. So hey, you got big cards in your deck. Goose is down in the lane. You're not going to be able to play them down there. And that helps me out because I don't have a lot of big cost cards in my deck. So hopefully that will limit the amount of big cost cards that my opponent can play. So that's why Goose is here. Then we got Medusa. 2/2 on reveal if this is at the middle location, plus 3 power. Again, if she starts out as a 3 or 4, you're suddenly looking at a 6 or 7 power card for 2 energy. Not quite as good as the 1 energy, but not too shabby. You probably could replace this with some other card in the deck in your collection if you wanted to. I don't know. She just wound up in my collection. You could probably put what is it? The negative guy. You know, the guy that I'm not gonna be able to find him here, but he gives you a demon basically. He's -4 originally. He's a -4 cost card, or the hood. That's what he is. Yeah, the hood. 1 -3, right? On reveal, add a demon to your hand. So suddenly, and then the demon is a 1/6. So you probably could put the hood in here instead of Medusa if you wanted, and it would be fine because if he gets buffed, suddenly you don't have a 1 -3 anymore. Of course, you have a 1/3 or a 1/4 plus the 1/6 demon, so definitely the better value there. So now that I say that, I'm not sure why Medusa is in this deck, but you know what? We're gonna stick with it. Maybe I'll swap her out if it turns out bad. And then we got, of course, Agent Venom. We already showed this off. He's the guy that makes everything 4 power. Mystique is here, a 3/0. Of course, if you can make Mystique 3 power or 4 power, that is awesome. And on reveal, if the last card you played has ongoing, copy its text. So we got a couple ongoing cards that she can copy here. Most famously, I think I was trying to say notoriety there. Most famously, Iron Man. 5 cost Iron Man, 5/0 Iron Man. Original cost. Of course, if you Bast him, he's going to be a 5/3 or 5/4, and ongoing, your total power is doubled here. So Iron Man, just a good way to kick up the power in this deck, since it doesn't have a lot of big power cards that you would see in other decks, but it will help out with some of these lower powered cards and boost them up as well. So that's one target for Mystique. The other target for Mystique here is the Mr. Fantastic 3/2. Again, this is, you probably could swap this out with something else if you wanted, but I don't know. I like him as a little surprise in there. Of course, he benefits from the higher power stat, but his ongoing effect is adjacent locations have +2 power, so that can help you get into some of those locations that get shut off from you if you can't get into them, and just add a little sneaky power into those other locations as well. Now, we already explained why Luke Cage is here. Shang-Chi's here, my ace in the hole. You know, I always like to have at least one good card in my hand. It's kind of like the wild card, the Joker, the ace in the hole that I can pull out and surprise somebody with. Shang-Chi is probably a little less on that because people do know of Shang-Chi, but I mean, he's a 4/3, so he benefits from those stats. And then on reveal, destroy all enemy cards here that have 10 or more power. So if for some reason I can't lower my opponent's stats with the Valkyrie, we have Shang-Chi to kick out the those big minions that enemies throw at us. So there you go. That is the deck AV and the Caged Velk. Let's go ahead and jump into some games here and get this season started out with a bang, man. Let's get the season started out with a bang. Let me get the untap.gg trackers up for you guys so you can see what the heck is going on if you're interested in that sort of thing. All right, our first location is the sewer system. Cards here have -1 power, and we have our Bast. Surprisingly, Bast shows up in your opening hand quite a bit, so I'm happy for that. I don't want Bast to have -1 power, so we're going to throw him to the mysterious second location. That'll boost all my cards in my hand to 3 power, which all of them benefit, and Mystique and Iron Man are right there in my hand, and so is Medusa, so those are some really good cards to get that little power boost. My opponent plays down a Nova to the sewer system. So far, didn't give them any power there. They got a 0-0. We're 0-0 there with a Nova on their side. And Atlantis is what the second location turned into. If you only have 1 card here, it has +5 power. Well, that's convenient for my Bast, but I don't think we're going to keep it at just 1 card there, especially with my Medusa here. And yeah, I think we'll actually turn that off now, since that's the only card that I can play. We don't need that +5 power. We'll make it up with our double Iron Man. So we're going to play our Medusa down to Atlantis. The third location is the miniaturized lab. Ugh, I hate this location. This is where our Mr. Fantastic is going to come in handy, man, because he'll be able to get into that location with some power. So I'm going to have to make sure I leave Atlantis open for my Mr. Fantastic. Hopefully he'll come into our hand here. My opponent didn't play anything down that last turn. We are in turn 3. I might as well get my Luke Cage down. I guess we'll throw Luke Cage into the sewer system. He can stand down there with Nova and the rats and get a little -1 power. It's not going to hurt him too much. In fact, it's not going to do anything to him because he is Luke Cage, so my cards cannot be reduced in power. So that actually strengthened the sewer system for me as well. My opponent plays down a Nakia. So now they have a 2-3 deficit there. My opponent does. I'm winning 3-2 there at the sewer system. We are in number 4, turn 4. Mystique, I don't really want to play yet. I think the only card I can play here is my Ant-Man. And I think we'll go ahead and play him in the location that's almost full already, so that hopefully he'll be able to benefit from getting that lane. That lane filled up in a buff there. I'm going to snap right now. Feeling fairly confident. I mean, I got the 2 Iron Man in my hands, basically. So that's a pretty good start compared to what my opponent is showing right now. I probably need to get a little more power into the sewer system. We're still waiting for Mr. Fantastic to get some power into that miniaturized lab, which is still closed off to us as well. Okay, there's Mr. Fantastic. My opponent played down a Sebastian Shaw. Ooh, okay, so this is going to be a Surfer deck. They're planning to buff Mr. Sebastian Shaw here, so when he permanently gains power, he'll gain +2 more power. So he's going to be a giant, so suddenly this lane is looking more like less of a Mr. Fantastic lane and more of a Shang-Chi if I get it. Or a Valkyrie. Valkyrie would be excellent here, actually, and it's actually in my hand. Question is, do we play it right now? It's going to get bigger. We know it's going to get bigger. I think we just Valkyrie it now. Or do we wait for the buffs to come? If we wait for the buffs, then we throw Iron Man over here at the sewer system. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. My opponent plays down a Sarah in the sewer system, giving them
I am Iron Man.
Cards in their hand will cost 1 less this next turn, but we are leading the sewer system there with the Luke Cage and our Iron Man, 12-5. No increase in power to Sebastian Shaw yet. Like I said, I think they're going to be playing a Surfer here, which will increase Shaw quite a bit. My opponent will probably make a play to the miniaturized lab. I think we just play Valkyrie down here. It does mean I float 1 energy here in this last turn, but I think it will secure our victory. They could still play a card down to the sewer system too. In fact, they probably will. But, you know, are we big enough? Maybe we're just big enough. Maybe if I play my Mystique down here. We're just going to be big enough. Yeah, I think we'll be big enough. Yeah, we won't do the Valkyrie. And to lower the Sebastian Shaw, we'll just play our other Mystique down, which is going to be an Iron Man, which should put us over the limit, even with an Iron Man buff to Sebastian Shaw. My opponent plays 3 cards down to the miniaturized lab, so they are definitely taking that. I imagine one of those are going to be a Silver Surfer. Brood. Okay. Killmonger. Ooh, that could mess us up quite a bit. I think we're okay still. Silver Surfer might push us into defeat here. Yeah, because Sebastian Shaw's going to get that. Yeah, I wasn't accounting for the Killmonger to come out there. So that was on me. That is a weakness to this deck, is Killmonger. Not a lot of people have been playing Killmonger lately that I've seen, so I thought that it's been pretty safe, but wasn't this time. We almost got it, but their Silver Surfer pulled their Sebastian Shaw up at Atlantis to secure the location there, and all we came away with was a sewer system, man. But that's okay. It was a pretty good game. You think you got an idea of what the deck is supposed to be doing there. We're going to go ahead and update our win-loss tracker here. So we start out with a loss. That is okay. And get this updated for you guys so you can follow along with me. I like to have this win-loss tracker open on my stream just so I can you know, look and see how we've been doing overall. How we're doing overall. So far we're in the positive range and the positive win rate. So let's keep it up. Well, I mean, that last game we lost, but I mean, in total for live streams we were in the positive win rate. So here we go, game number 2 with my AV in the caged Valk deck. First location is Otto's Lab. The next card you play here pulls a card to the enemy side from their hand. And again, we have our Bast in play, which is awesome, or in hand. Like I said, he seems to show up in hand a lot in this particular deck for some reason, and I love it. We also got our Luke Cage and our Valkyrie in deck, so we got that nasty surprise if we need it. This is going to be a Hela deck. Almost certainly when they play a Blade down as the first location, discarding their rightmost card in their hand. Most certainly going to be some Hela play here. For turn 2, all we got is Medusa. I don't really want to play her to Murder World, which is the second location after turn 3. Destroy all cards here. I think we'll hold off on that. We'll just float our 2 energy and see what our opponent does. They play down a Morbius now down to Otto's Lab, giving them a 5-4 lead there because Otto's Lab pulled out my Medusa from my hand, so takes away one of my bonuses that I could have had, but I think we're still okay. And then Vormir is the third location. The next card you play here is destroyed. Not great locations for us right now. Not great locations here for our deck currently. But we're going to play our Agent Venom here. He is a turn late, so we did miss one of the buffs that he could have given to our cards in our deck, but we're going to be okay there. I'm going to play him down to Otto's Lab. Moon Knight coming down for my opponent at Vormir, taking out one of their cards. No even cost cards in my hand, so didn't get one of mine. Haha. What did we get of theirs anyways? Took out a... Oh, it discarded a Hell Cow. Oh, that's a good discard for the Hela deck. Yep, they retreated. They lost their Hell Cow. Without the Hell Cow, they can't draw those final 2 cards at the end of the game to boost up their Hela so Hela can draw 50 million cards. So, yeah. You lose the cow, you lose the game. Mantis Toboggan. And you, sir, lost the game. And we'll take it, man. We'll take it. I hate to be the guy that says I love seeing Hela decks lose when I play against them, but I love seeing Hela decks lose when I play against them. All right, we'll take that victory, though. That brings us to 1-1. This stream, 118 wins, 93 losses total for live streams. So that's pretty good there. Let's go ahead and save this, update it for you guys. There you go. So how you guys doing this season so far? I know it just kicked off. How's it been going for you guys? How's it been going for you guys? Let me know down in the comments below. Have you played Agent Venom at all? If so, let me know how Agent Venom games are going for you. There's any cool combos that you found. He seems to be making his way into a lot of different decks, so that's kind of cool. It's always nice when a Season Pass card comes out that can actually fit into different metas. So we like seeing that. My opponent, Phantom Plague, snaps right off the bat. Man, they are feeling super confident. I don't know why. If it's a plague and it's a Phantom Plague, then I don't know. Doesn't that mean the plague's invisible? Who knows? Do not have Bast in my hand, though, so they might be onto something. So we'll just play our Hawkeye down here to Titan. X23 coming down from my opponent. Okay, so now we're playing a Destroy deck. One of the other popular metas that we see, at least that I see, at my rank. All the time. And I do mean all the time. Alright, turn 2. We have 3 energy thanks to the second location, the Superflow. If you have no cards here, +1 energy each turn. And, yeah, 3 energy to work with. I think we'll just go ahead and get our Luke Cage down just so he's in place. That's a pretty good plan there. That'll buff our Hawkeye. My opponent plays a magic down to the mysterious 3rd location. We'll never know what it is because it has now become Limbo thanks to their magic. And they are now in charge of Limbo 2-0. We are in charge of Titan 7-2, and the Superflow, neither of us have cards there. We're just soaking up that +1 energy that it's given us. I will be plugging that super energy hole for us here shortly, probably, just because I got a Medusa and a Mr. Fantastic in my hand, which both work best when they're played from the middle location. So I think that's what we'll go ahead and do. We'll throw our Medusa down. Let's see. Let's throw our Mr. Fantastic down, and then we'll get our Ant-Man down here in Titan just to build that up some more. Mr. Fantastic coming down for the Superflow for us. My opponent plays a Wave down to Titan, but we are still leading that location 10-7. We are now in charge of the Superflow, but we have cut off our +1 energy each turn. That's okay. I'm not too concerned about it. We got Mystique in our hand. We get Iron Man, we'll be in good shape here. Where are they going to play their Destroy cards here? They got a Wave. I could see a Venom coming down. They're probably going to play it this turn, though. So I would have liked to put my Goose down to stop 4, 5, and 6 cost cards from playing, which happens to be a Venom. I guess we can still try and catch them there. Let's try and catch them there. That will buff up my Ant-Man, which is good, and then we'll just throw our Medusa down to the Superflow so she gets her buffs. And hopefully they didn't play their Venom down here yet, and hopefully they're going for a Creed play, but let's see. They do play a card down to Titan. It is Death. Okay, sweet. So they are not going to be able to Venom those cards out of there, unfortunately for them. I think, right? Venom's a 4 cost, right? Or is it a 3 cost? If it's a 3 cost, I'm going to be very sad. Because then I have done nothing. Only 2 cards in my hand here in the 5th turn. Agent Venom and Mystique. Nothing really to play Mystique on, so I think we're going to go with the Agent Venom. And I think we'll go ahead and play Agent Venom here to Limbo, giving us a little presence there finally. And giving us 6 power, which is going to be not too bad for us there, I think. We are floating 3 energy, which feels a little bad. Windpool coming down. Well, I'd be expecting a null here. You don't really have a board set up for a Animazola, which you usually see in Destroy decks. We do have a Valkyrie, though. And I think that's what we're going to play. It would have been nice if I could have played her to Titan, because we are losing Titan. We can't put any more power there. 16-19, so we're we have to win either the Superflow, which we are leading 7-0, or Limbo, which we are currently losing 8-6. Oh man, this is a rough one, man. This is a rough one. I have to contest Limbo and just hope that they play cards elsewhere. Not feeling super confident about this play, but let's see. They do play to the Superflow and Nimrod by itself. But Nimrod by itself is big enough. Oh, and I forgot we were in Limbo, so I always forget that 7th turn when Limbo comes up, which is what I did this turn. Darn. Now what do we have? Now what do we do? Valkyrie was an on-reveal, so Mystique's not going to do anything, and the only other card I have in my hand is a Bast. They're going to get rid of the Nimrod. Now with an Animazola, probably. Yeah, this is going to be a loss for us here. This is definitely going to be a loss for us. I suppose we can play it out just to see, but I'm pretty sure this is just a loss for us. Since we're doing the live stream, I'll go ahead and play it out like a crazy person. Yeah, because they're going to bring something down to destroy Nimrod, and when this is destroyed, add a copy to each other location. So Nimrod's going to, yeah. We got to retreat. We got to retreat here. I'll let, you know, I won't because I said I wouldn't, but I think that's exactly what they're doing. Yeah, Animazola coming down. That's splitting Nimrod all over the place. And then, yeah, we got our Wolverine down. We did take the Superflow, but those Nimrods were too much for us in Titan and Limbo, giving them a pretty handy victory there. So, well, that's a bummer. That is a bummer. They did get a little fist bump there. I'll give them a fist bump back. Phantom Plague? Well, I guess the full plague wasn't invisible after all. It came in the form of Nimrods. That's just a funny name, isn't it? Nimrod. What are we going to name this character? What should we name this new Marvel character? It is a Nimrod. Okay, we'll call him Nimrod. Makes you wonder what Marvel does sometimes when they come up, when they came up with some of the names of their characters. But you know what? That is fine. All right, 1 and 2 this stream so far. Let's go ahead and jump into another game here. That was a, I'm not sure what we could have done different in that game. Not sure what we could have done different. I could have paid attention to the Limbo and remember there was going to be a turn 7. But, not sure. All right, Panopticon is our first location in this game. Cards that didn't start in your deck get +2 power here. It's really not going to do much for us. I think I'll just play my Ant-Man down there. That's the only card I can play from my hand. My opponent plays an American Chavez down there to the Panopticon, giving them a 2-1 lead there. My opponent Blade just gave me a little fist bump there, so they must be feeling pretty good. The Big House is our second location. Cards that cost 4, 5, or 6 can't be played here. Okay, that's pretty good for us. We're okay with that. Maybe we can get our Goose in hand and placed down somewhere. My opponent snapped me. I'm going to play Medusa down in the middle location so she gets her buff. Not going to snap quite yet. We'll see what they're cooking up here. They play an Ant-Man down to Panopticon, so hard to say still. Could be one of these zoo decks with small cards, which I'm not too worried about. Turn 3, the third location is Titan. 6 cost cards cost 1 less. Got a Mr. Fantastic, Luke Cage, Iron Man, Shang-Chi in my hand. All I can play is a Luke Cage or Mr. Fantastic. I think we'll get our Luke Cage down. We'll play him down to the Panopticon. Try to get our Ant-Man a little closer to the buff that he needs. Yep, Marvel Boy coming down from my opponent at the Big House. So this is definitely a zoo deck for me. So Goose really not going to be too impactful here, except it could stop the stop them from playing down a Mr. Blue Marvel, Blarvel, as they say. Shang-Chi's probably not going to do much for us either this game, unfortunately. Although it could take out the Blarvel if it comes out. I guess for now we'll just play our Mr. Fantastic down here to the middle location. My opponent plays a card down to the big house as well. They play the Silver Surfer down. That only benefits the Marvel Boy currently. Wonder if they're planning to re-trigger that Silver Surfer at some point. We are currently losing the first location 7-6. We are winning second location 7-5, and we are in charge of the third location Titan 2-0 thanks to our Mr. Fantastic reaching in there and giving us 2 power there. Turn 5, second to last turn. We do have Iron Man here. We could get Mystique in our hand, and that would solidify, give us a pretty good chance here. I think that is what we will do. My opponent's emoting the snap and saying snap. Do I want to? You know what? I think I will. I'm hoping for the Mystique. They fist bumped me, so we'll see if I pull this off or if my opponent Blade pulls this off.
I am Iron Man.
There's the Blarvel. Okay. So I could have prevented the Blarvel if I played Goose instead of Iron Man down there. We are losing 2 points to the Panopticon right now, and we're losing the Big House. Big House is tied, actually, 7-7, and we are currently just in charge of Titan, thanks to the Mr. Fantastic hand that is there. I think we go ahead and play Mystique down here to the Big House. That'll bring it to 14, because she'll become an Iron Man. And then we, I think we just play Goose. I think we just play our Goose down here to the Panopticon, and we'll play Bast over here at Titan to give it a little more power, and we should be pretty good to go, I think. I don't know what their turn 6 would be unless they're playing Ultron, okay?
There's no strings on me.
Okay. I think we're still okay. Although our Panopticon might be in jeopardy.
I am.
We do
Iron
win the
Man.
Big House. We are losing Panopticon, and we have lost. Oh, we lost all 3 locations because of the Marvel Boy. Doggone it. Doggone it, guys. Defeat again. Yeah, that Ultron play into those drones. It's just enough power to give them the edge there. So, what a bummer. That is one problem with this deck. Like I said, it doesn't have a lot of power to it. It's more revolving around taking the power away from my opponent's cards rather than, you know, meeting them with power of our own. So, all right, 1 in 3 this stream. Let's go ahead and save this here. Update it for you guys. We take our knocks, man. We take our knocks just like we take our victories, our lumps. I don't know why I say knock. I guess it's lumps is what I'm talking about. We take our lumps when we need them. But we're going to keep on going here. We are going to keep on going. Jump into another game. A little rough so far, man. A little rough. We really haven't had a chance to showcase the deck either. I either have Bast or Agent Venom. I rarely have both of them in my hand so far these 4 games that we played so far in the stream. We do have Bast in our opening hand again, so that's pretty good. We're going to go ahead and play him down here to the Dream Dimension, the first location on turn 5. Cards cost 1 more. Go ahead and do that. My opponent plays down to the mysterious third location, a Kingpin. So they are either going to be moving us around. Maybe they're highlighting the Spotlight Cash Key Scream. What do you guys think of Scream, man? Anybody using Scream? Like I said, I think I'm going to pass on Scream here this season. I might get it on my mobile account just because I have a key there, but Might try for it on my mobile account, but I don't know, man. Not a card that really interests me, but Scream, of course, will take 2 power away from any cards that move. So there's been a lot of this Kingpin nonsense going on, because Kingpin will take power away from any card that moves into its location. So people have been making these decks where they move cards around on their own, or they have defensive decks that stop the move decks that were pretty prevalent, at least in the last couple of few weeks or so. But anyways, back to the game. Turn 3. What do we got here? You get our Luke Cage down, I think. I think that is probably what we want to do. We'll get Luke Cage down here to Avengers Compound.
Neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Spider-Man coming down in the Dream Dimension for my opponent. That's going to be pulling my Bast over to Avengers Compound, leaving the Dream Dimension vacant. 0-0 there. We are leading Avengers Compound 10-5, and my opponent is in charge of the big house with a big man himself, Kingpin. 2-0 there. All right. Turn 4 here. We do got our Agent Venom. A little late. You're a little late, Agent Venom. What kind of agent are you? Coming in late. I don't know. Maybe he had a special mission that he was on or something. Who knows? Yeah, let's go ahead and play our Agent Venom down. Maybe that'll buff up one of our Mystiques or something. Well, we would need Iron Man, really. We really need Iron Man here. My opponent doesn't really have a whole lot of cards this late in the game, and they snapped. I don't think I'm going to snap quite yet. I don't know what they're really cooking up here. It's obviously a move deck of some kind. They probably have a Juggernaut, Cannonball.
Taking aim.
Stegron, yep. That's another one. Stegron comes down from my opponent at the Avengers Compound, kicking over Luke Cage. The big house. Kingpin would have reduced his power there, but of course we got Luke Cage, which says, no you don't, Kingpin. Now, turn 5, everybody has to play to Avengers Compound. I think we're going to go ahead and play Mr. Fantastic down now. That'll give me a little power into the Dream Dimension. I was thinking about playing Goose, so they couldn't play a big card. Maybe I will play Goose. That'll keep them from playing a pretty big card here, although it's probably going to be a Juggernaut knocking us out of this area, which I think I'll be okay with as well. Let's see. 2 cards coming down from my opponent at the Avengers Compound. All the actions taking place here at the Avengers Compound. Black Widow coming down, shooting me with a white Widow's Bite in my hand. The Miles Morales Spider-Man also coming down there, giving them a 21-11 lead at Avengers Compound. We are still leading the big house 15-2. It's the final turn. Nobody's in charge of the Dream Dimension as of yet. All I gotta do is make sure they don't get 13 power at the big house, and try to get at least 11 power or more at Avengers Compound, which I'm not going to be able to do, unfortunately. Mr. Fantastic isn't enough to really help that out there. So I guess we could play the Dream Dimension. I feel like that's where my opponent will play, unless they make a play for the big house. Man, oh man. Yeah, because that's going to be... Yeah, I think that's what we got to try to do. I'm sure my opponent will be probably predicting that that's going to happen. We'll keep the Widow's Bite in our hand, because we don't need to play a -1 down anywhere. It's the final turn. And yeah, I think we'll end our turn here. I don't feel confident in this game either. They do play something down to the Dream Dimension. It's probably going to be big. Cannonball. Okay, Cannonball knocks my Mr. Fantastic back to the middle location. Only place they could have knocked it to. But it's not enough, man. It is not enough to pull off the victory there, man. My opponent takes the Dream Dimension 8-2. My opponent takes Avengers Compound 21-14. And all we walk away with is the big house 17-2. I guess we can take comfort in knowing that we stopped Kingpin at his spot, but I guess we didn't stop Kingpin from winning, so all right, we just lost. We just lost. I'm trying to paint in a nicer picture. But the fact is we just lost. Fact is we just lost. All right, 1-4 now. This stream in 118.96 total for our live streams. Okay. Actually wondering if I take Mr. Fantastic out of here and put in something different. What was the card I was talking about at the beginning of this at the beginning of this stream? Card I was going to replace Medusa with. Actually, I think it was the hood, wasn't it? Still want to do that? Let's get rid of Mr. Fantastic. He's doing nothing for us, man. It's just not you know, strong enough. We'll get the hood in here. The hood is usually what is played with Agent Venom in decks, and understandably so, because like I said, it's a 110 basically in total power. So do we keep the Medusa or do we put something else in Medusa's place here? I think we might just keep the Medusa in place for this next game. Yeah, let's do that. We changed out the Mr. Fantastic, got in the hood. That should hopefully help us out with a little more power. Seems like I was gonna say it seems like we're losing by just a little bit of power. Last couple games it's been by a lot of power, so who knows. First location this game is Carmartage. On reveal effects happen twice at this location. Not too shabby. We got, unfortunately, the hood started in my hand, which isn't great. And then Bast, of course, did not show up. So I think we're just going to play Ant-Man down here to the mysterious second location. We do have Agent Venom in hand. He actually came out on time this time, so that's a good
Breaking
thing.
news.
Got a Shang-Chi out of the Daily Bugle, which is the second location. Get a copy of a card in your opponent's hand. I wonder what they got from me. Could have got an Agent Venom, a Valkyrie, a hood, or yeah, I think that's it. One of those cards. Let's go ahead and play our Agent Venom down. I'll play Agent Venom down here to the Daily Bugle. Don't see much sense putting him in Carmartage. My opponent plays a hood down to Carmartage. It's actually not bad, because then he gets 2 1/6s. I could do that same move if I wanted, but I'm waiting to see if Bast will show up for me. White Palace, the third location. Copy the highest cost card in your opponent's hand. We got a Valkyrie from my opponent. Wait, are they playing the same deck I'm playing? Come on now. NV. We snap. Never, I don't know what those words mean in my opponent's name there, but I don't know what those letters spell. Okay. Well, hey, we got a, you know what, let's go ahead and play our Hawkeye down here. He will actually get a double benefit. I guess we'll play our hood down here too. Might as well get those 2 demons.
Taking aim.
Opponent
Taking aim.
even has some sparklies, some flair on their cards here, so it's either a high-class bot or just somebody who has played a lot of Snap. They played 2 demons down to the White Palace, demoning up the place. It was so white and pristine, and then they just bring 2 demons in there. We do have to play a demon down to Carmartage. Let's do that, just to satisfy the Hawkeye, and then, hey, you know what? I'll throw a demon. You know what? No, I won't. I won't throw a demon down to the demon party at White Palace. Maybe I should. You know what? I will. Let's play some demons of our own there. We're gonna have a little demon party in the White Palace. Let me be a part of it, man. Let me be a part of it. All right, let's end our turn there. Hawkeye getting the double boost. I like seeing that. Wind pool coming down from my opponent, boosting whatever they have in their hand twice. Not a bad play there for them. We are currently leading Carmartage 3-13. The Daily Bugle, we are leading 5-0. In the White Palace, the demons on my opponent's side are out dancing the demons on my side. Turn 5. Do not have our Luke Cage down, so our Valkyrie's not going to be much help right now. But we do have Iron Man. And you can't go wrong with an Iron Man, am I right? Let's go ahead and throw the Iron Man down here to the White Palace. Break up this little dance of the demons we're having here at the White Palace.
I am Iron Man.
Boom! Giving us a 20-12 lead at the White Palace. My opponent plays down a Grand Master at Carmartage. Moving the hood over to the Daily Bugle. Activating it again for another demon. And they also play a Chiera down. So I cannot reduce their power of their 1s or 6s or destroy their 1s or 6 cost cards. So, but we are currently sweeping the board here. I think I want to snap here. They might run away though. Nope, they're snapping me right back. Rolling the dice emote. They are rolling the dice emote. Well, okay, how are we gonna finish this then? How are we gonna finish this? We play our Medusa down here to the Daily Bugle. Shang-Chi, I think we just go for power here, right? Just go for power. We'll get Luke Cage down in case my opponent tries something tricksy, like, I don't know, pumping me full of negative stuff. And, yeah, I'll see, man. See how this game ends up. My Medusa comes out at the Daily Bugle. Luke Cage coming down for me at the White Palace. My opponent plays a demon to Carmartage. American Chavez. They win Carmartage. They also have a rogue at the White Palace, which steals my Luke Cage. Good thing that didn't steal my Iron Man. That must have been what they were talking about with the rolling dice emote. Victory. They were hoping to steal my Iron Man, but instead got my Luke Cage. It's a good thing I played my Luke Cage down there, man. We get the victory there. 8 cubes in our pocket. Good game, sir. Good game. We'll take it. That was an exciting matchup, man. It all focused around the White Palace, man. That was the star of that game for sure. All right. That brings us to 2 and 4 this stream. Must be in one of those ruts, man. I tell you what. Ay, ay, ay. This seems to happen, though. This seems to be my experience in Marvel Snap. You win, you win, you win, you win, you win. Then you lose, you lose, you lose, you lose, you lose. Then you win, you win, you win, you win. Then you lose, you lose. And it just keeps going like that, man. It just keeps going like that. Hey, by the way, man, if you guys are looking for an alliance, we could use an alliance. In fact, I got an alliance here. Oh, I have a bounty that I could take. Yeah, man, the TPS, the Prime Sanctum, is looking for members. Free to join. Find the Prime Sanctum in the list. Join it. You get free stuff, man. If you're playing Marvel Snap and you're not in an alliance yet, you're missing out on boosters and a few credits. It's not big, man, but it's free credits just for playing the game, just for completing bounties. You can even get a mystery variant if our alliance as a whole can get up to 120,000 points. But since it's just me, a mobile device, and one other person currently, we haven't quite reached that amount of points yet, and that's why we need your help. So come on over, join the TPS, the Prime Sanctum. Look for the little, I don't know, red Deadpool guy with a monocle and a mustache and a little bowler hat. Join us, pick up some bounties like right here. What do I want to pick up here? I don't like any of these. I guess we'll win with a snap. So yeah, you just grab whatever you want to play from the list here, and then it replaces it. You can have 3 bounties up at a time. I still hate these move and destroy bounties, man. So if you like playing move and destroy, we definitely want you in the TPS. But I guess we'll get to fill all locations. We sometimes pull that off. So yeah, TPS, man, the Prime Sanctum. If you're looking for an alliance, we're looking for you, man. Join and have a good time. All right, let's play another game. Jumping right in here to another game. Got to get rid of this 2-4 record. But to be fair, Agent Venom has been MIA quite a bit, and as I say that now, Agent Venom is in my hands, so that's good. That's the whole point of this deck, of course, to showcase the Agent Venom. And as per usual, Agent Venom is nowhere to be found, but Castle Zemo is our first location here. The next card you play here switches side. I'm going to go ahead and play my Hood down there. I'll send my -3 over to my opponent, and I'll pick up a 1/6 Demon. Have no problem doing that. Clog them up a little bit. Give them some negative power as well. Less than Corey is our opponent here. Second location is Mount Vesuvius. Players can't retreat after turn 5, so we are locked in, battling the base of a volcano, man. Oh, ready to explode. We're going to play our Agent Venom down now at Castle Zemo. So far so good. The deck is working as it's supposed to. Wolverine coming down for my opponent at Mount Vesuvius. Adamantine claws into that molten lava there to try to rip off our face here. Hopefully we can stop him from doing so. We're going to go ahead and play our Luke Cage. Right here at Mount Vesuvius, he'll march out to meet Wolverine. And we'll go ahead and play a Demon with Agent Venom here at the Castle Zemo, just to give us a little bump there. My opponent brings down another card at Mount Vesuvius. It is a Tuma. Big 10 power, and it destroys one card there at random every turn. Just destroyed their Wolverine, which means Wolverine will resurrect at a random location. Just so happens that their Wolverine really likes Mount Vesuvius, I guess, and decided to come back to Mount Vesuvius. So my opponent is currently winning Mount Vesuvius, the second location, 14-3. We are in charge of the Castle Zemo, 10 to -3, and Tinkerer's Workshop, third location, is up for grabs right now. I have a Shang-Chi, and I'm not afraid to use it, and that's what we're going to do here. We're going to get rid of that Atuma right away. Atuma's trouble for us. Shang-Chi going to go into Mount Vesuvius, knock it out of here. Get out of here, Atuma.
Power must be controlled.
Yeah, power must be controlled. A little ironic that Shang-Chi is saying that at the summit of Mount Vesuvius. Which molten lava will not be controlled. The power of Mount Vesuvius is going to come no matter what, Shang-Chi. But you know, Atuma will not threaten us any longer, so that is a good thing. I think we're going to go ahead and play Goose down here just to keep that Wolverine at bay. Keep the Venom from coming down. Or am I missing out on a... Oh, I'm missing out on an Iron Man play here. Is Iron Man better? I mean, Iron Man probably is better, right? Yeah, let's play the Iron Man down. That'll give us a nice 14 power at Mount Vesuvius.
I am Iron Man.
Opponent plays another card down to Mount Vesuvius. It is Venom.
Enough said, bub.
Oh, Venom is a 3-cost card, so yeah, Goose wouldn't affect Venom at all. But that only gives them 7 power there at Mount Vesuvius, and then Wolverine, of course, jumped on over to Tinker's Workshop, giving them a 9-0 lead there. We still have Castle Zemo in our grips, 4-0. I think we just go ahead and... I mean, I could play Valkyrie down here at Tinkerer's Workshop, but we would need another card there, and I don't have another card to play. So I think our best option in this case is just to play Mystique down, which will get the Iron Man buff, and then Goose, just because Goose has 4 power. And I can play it. We float 1 energy, but hopefully that's enough to secure Castle Zemo for us. Do I snap? I guess I'll wait. I probably should have snapped. I feel pretty good. Animazola coming down probably for them at the Mount Vesuvius.
I am Iron Man.
Is that bad for us? I think we still beat... Yeah, we still beat it. We still beat it. Animazola taking out their Venom. Of course, Animazola transferring the Venoms to Castle Zemo and Tinkerer's Workshop. Venom does make some mighty fine work out of the Tinkerer's Workshop there, but sending Wolverine over to Mount Vesuvius, but it's not enough. We pull off the victory. A little fist bump from my opponent. Fist bump right back at you, sir. Ma'am, whoever you are, less than Corey. There you go. Have a little fist bump right back. There we go. That's what we're supposed to be doing. That's what we're supposed to be doing, guys. Getting them victories, man. Getting them victories. Let's go ahead and update this. I think I'm going to play one more. I'm at length at my stream here, but I'm going to play one more here for you guys because I want to tie up our win-loss record if I can here. I want to go out 2 streams on a losing streak, you know, on a losing record. Let's at least get a tie. let's at least get an even Steven out of this. So yeah, 3 and 4 this stream, 120-96. We're gonna play one more game here. See if we can get that to 4 wins, 4 losses. Exact 50% win rate there. RPE is my opponent. And the first location is the White Hot Room. First to fill this gets +3 max energy. All right. We got our Bast in hand. That's pretty good since we also have Iron Man.
Opponent snap.
Iron Man is actually the only one that really benefits from Bast being played down, but we're going to do that. Hopefully Agent Venom will show up. This next turn here, my opponent does snap already. They do not play a card down. All right, second location is Clintar. After turn 4, merge your cards here into a symbiote. Agent Venom did not show up. And I have no turn 2 play. That's okay, we'll float it. My opponent does play down a collector finally down here in turn 2, giving them a 2-1 lead at the White Hot Room. And the third location is the Black Vortex. The next card you play here becomes a random 6-cost card. I'm tempted just to throw my Medusa there, but I think I'll leave the Medusa at Clintar just to get that buff that she can get from being at the middle location. And we'll float one more energy. Not happy about that. My opponent plays an armor down to the White Hot Room, protecting their collector from any sort of malice that we might visit upon them. But I tell you what, an armor does not protect you from a Valkyrie. So that's something to keep in mind. Turn 4. Turn 4, not a lot here. Shang-Chi's in our hand, but nothing really to play it on right now. We do have Mystique. So I think the only thing we're going to have here is Ant-Man. I think I'll play Ant-Man down here to the Black Vortex. See what 6-cost card it gives us. Ant-Man transforms into a Heimdall. Well, that's not great. Does that take away the Medusa bonus, by the way? No, she still keeps her bonus. Okay, well, that's good at least. So yeah, we got a Heimdall down to Black Vortex, giving us a 9-0 lead there, but my opponent plays a Mirage down to the White Hot Room, giving them an 8-6 lead at that location. They do have 3 cards there, though, and I only have 2. This is the second to last turn. We have our Iron Man Mystique play here. That is pretty good. Luke Cage could also be good here as well. And then we would follow up with a Valkyrie. But I think it would be nice to get that energy too, but I don't think that's going to be possible. No. My opponent's going to get +3 max energy for their next turn. That's not great, but I think we'll play our Iron Man down here to the Red Hot Room. Or the White Hot Room. Red Hot Room.
I am Iron Man.
That's a different location. Quinjet coming down to Clintar for my opponent, and a Nick Fury, giving them lots of cards to play with here, and boosting their collector quite a bit. My opponent has lots of options and 9 energy to play with, which could be pretty bad for us. I think we play Mystique down to Heimdall. I mean, that's 18 power there. We have a Luke Cage that we could play. We can only play a Luke Cage or a Goose in addition to that Mystique. Luke Cage is more power. Goose, yeah, Goose isn't going to do much this late in the game's last turn. Man, do I think 18 power is enough to hold the White Hot Room. They only need to put one more power on there. Does a 6-cost card do that for them? Or they would have to gather cards up and then they would win. I think we're going to have to try to boost the White Hot Room here. This might be the wrong play. I might have should have played the Black Vortex. Let's see what our opponent does. My opponent plays to the Black Vortex. That's going to become a random 6-cost card. If it's Destroyer, I will laugh.
Iron Man.
Okay. They also play a card to Clintar's Tribunal. That's not good for us. Or maybe it is good for us. And their Mystique turns into a blob? Hey, hold on now. Hey, hold on now. Oh, hey, okay, stop. Stop it. Stop it. Well,
Victory.
that was a crazy end there. Blob coming down as their random card, sucking up a whole bunch of power, spreading their power with the Living Tribunal across there, giving them 13 power at each location, but it's not enough. We pull it off, guys. 24-13 at the White Hot Room, 0-13 at Clintar, but 18-13 at the Black Vortex, giving us the victory and 4 cubes. There you go, guys. AV in the caged Velk. I'm telling you what, man. Just put Luke Cage and Valkyrie in a deck, and you can build around that whatever deck you want to. They're just a good combo to piece together. All right, let's update the final update of the stream here. We went 4-4. That makes me feel better, man. That makes me feel better. At least we didn't come out losing, right? We came out 50%. Not great, but it's better than losing in this case, man. Definitely better. So yeah, we are 4-4 this stream. That brings us to 121 wins and 96 losses total for live streams. And speaking of live streams, that is going to be it for this live stream. Another Prime to Snap in the bank, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, man. If you did, please like, subscribe. If you know other people that might enjoy this as well, let them know, share it with them. Let them know VP Venomous Prime is out there making some Marvel Snap content. Check out his channel. Be entertained. See him play badly. See him play good sometimes. See him get lucky. I mean, what's not to like, right? What's not to like? And yeah, if you're looking for an alliance, TPS the Prime Sanctum's looking for you, man. Just join us. Help us complete some of these bounties, man. Help us complete some of these bounties. That's gonna be it for me, though, guys, for this week. I don't know, maybe we'll try another stream later in the week. I don't know. Try to do at least a weekly stream. Used to try to do shorts every now and then. Like to get back to that at some point. Maybe I will. But for now it's live streams. And thanks for stopping by. This has been VP. I am signing off. We'll see you later. And hey, keep on gaming.